do this. So who are you and where are you from?
My real name or my rap name?
No, your rap name.
My rap name MARCOO5K.
All right.
Yeah, I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in Indianapolis.
Okay.
On the east side of Indianapolis, far east side.
When did you move from Chicago to Indianapolis?
It was back and forth a lot, but like when I moved, like the first time me moving down there, like officially when I was 8, my mom went to prison. My auntie took me in, so.
Okay.
It was from that point on, and then after that, it was back and forth a couple times.
Were you on the south side?
In Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hundreds. The Hundreds.
Okay, wow.
That's the Hundreds. Wow, Hundreds. All right.
Yeah. So
my mom and them side was from 87. Like my mama's side from both sides though. One side was 87 in Wabash.
Okay.
The other side was 100 in Wallace. I wasn't really like around my daddy's side growing up for real, other than when I was with my grandma, with my cousins and stuff. My daddy had me around, but.
What was it like being in Indianapolis?
At first, like I was the oddball. You feel me? My voice was different than everybody else's. You feel me? Like my mentality was different than the people that I was hanging around. Cause my auntie, she moved me to a nice neighborhood, like, or tried to. So it's like the kids and the environment that I was in was way different than what I was used to. So even the stuff that I say, things that I be doing, they wasn't familiar with. So I was always like the oddball to, you know what I mean? People started knowing me for real. Got to meet me for real, and I got to like picking my own crowds out, not just the crowds that I was around. I got around more people like myself, so it started being normal.
Was that uncomfortable being the oddball? I was too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking you. That.
Yeah. I used to always get in the fights for that shit. Like always, like somebody making fun of the way I talk or something. You feel me? Like me always wearing Air Force Ones. Like the forces, like me wearing forces, everybody else is wearing other stuff. So it was crazy. It was just a lot of hardship with it, but eventually, like, it got better for me. You feel me? Like I was like adapting to my environment, and once I started doing that, it's like the oddball title went away, and now I'm in this motherfucker just like y'all. I'm from where y'all from now, kind of, and sort. You feel me? Cause I adapted those behaviors. I adapted those. Not even necessarily behaviors. I always had my own behavior, my own thoughts, and my own mindset, but everything that I was doing wasn't always accepted. You feel me? Like, but after the oddball title went away, everything was starting to be okay.
And who raised you in Indianapolis?
My auntie Star, and my uncle. Her husband.
Did they have children that you grew up with, or were you the only child?
My little sister Serenity. She was born in 2012. But like at that time, like when she was born, they already had me for some years. So like that's like my little sister. Like can't tell her no different. Ain't no cousin, none of that. That's my sister. But like growing up with her, after they had her, just normal, just like any other sibling that I had.
That's awesome. Were you good at school?
Yeah, I was real good at school. Like real good at school. Like I love school. Like school is my stomach ground. I was always one of the kids. Like even though like in school, like I've been expelled every year from the 2nd grade all the way to my 11th grade year. Like every school I ever went to. But like it was always cause I had a attention disorder, like, you know what I mean? Like not even necessarily disorder, like I just couldn't sit still. I'd be the first one doing my work and messing with everybody else. Get me kicked out of class, get me into it. Then once I started getting older, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't no kiddie stuff that I was getting in trouble for in school no more. So, but school though, like I love school. Like all my teachers are vouch for that. All of my peers, like my auntie, they used to bribe me at one point in time. Like, okay, if you do good this whole week of school, don't get in trouble. On Friday, we'll go get you some shoes or something. Or on Friday, you can stay home. Ain't no staying home. I'm going to school. Like, I want to be in school. Bro, I love school.
I was the same way. I just always wanted to be learning. What were your favorite subjects?
Math, and then reading. Like I always liked to read up on stuff that I could teach somebody else about. And like I couldn't teach nobody if I ain't know nothing. You feel me? I was always the cousin that wanted to go around and act like I just knew the most. But it was like, in order to do that, I had to read up on it, but math, that came to me instantly since I was a kid. Like, I used to just, math in my head registered to me so quick, like the speed of light.
That's awesome. It's rare.
Nah, for real. I love math. Math and reading, though. It's my favorite subject.
What is it about teaching other people that you like?
Like, necessarily, like, I mean, not necessarily. It ain't like so much that I liked it. Like for them, you feel me? It never was like, okay, I'm helping somebody. Like at the time, I didn't look at it like, okay, I'm helping somebody know something. It was, okay, if I'm teaching somebody something, you feel me? Like in they eyes, I'm better than them. You feel me? It was kind of fucked up, but you feel me? Like, you know, like where you learn that from? Da 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 da. Peanut taught me that. Like that was my nickname. Like Peanut taught me that. Da da da. So it was fucked up, but that's what it was for. Like for motherfuckers to know, like I knew more. It was like a kind of I'm better thing. More so that I'm trying to teach you something for you to go and do this and X, Y, and Z with it.
That's a cool thing to excel at, though.
Nah, for real. For real. And then, like, as I got older, it just, like, that mindset of I'm better than you kind of, I erased that shit out what I was doing, and now it's so more of, okay, now you can come to me for advice if I know something because I want to see better in the people that's around me or the people that's really looking at me for advice and knowledge on certain things.
What was the hardest part about school for you?
Staying out of trouble. Like, I could never stay in those sports because I was always in trouble. I could never do none of the activities, field trips. Like, the only thing that they used to let me do is because my auntie always paid for it, was come back for the yearbook picture. I always came back for the yearbook picture, though. No matter how long I was expelled or suspended for, my auntie made sure I was in that yearbook picture.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So that you were always on record of being there.
Yeah.
Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated, but I graduated from something called LAA, like online classes. Like I said, I've been expelled every year. So like at a point in time, Lawrence Township was just like fed up. That's the township I was in Indianapolis. They were just fed up. They had my auntie come in for me, banned me from all school activities. Like, and then they made it to where when I graduated, like I still can't go on the school grounds no more. Now that I'm actually graduated, I can't go on the school grounds, can't go on no activities. Even if my kids go there, I can't go to none of that for the rest of my life. Like, it's crazy. They labeled me a menace, like real life came out their mouth before I was even calling myself that. Like, I just took the title when I was younger and shit like that, but it was never nothing to glorify. It was just reality, like really what was going on. I always looked at myself as more though. Like, I ain't no menace. It was just, like, I always had my own attitude towards anything in my life. Like, it was always my attitude, always my mind that got me where I wanted to be, so I always accepted whatever came with it, negative or positive.
I don't see that as a bad thing.
I don't either. That's why I said I always looked at myself as more. The title didn't mean nothing but a title.
Yeah,
You know
it's just a word.
It's just a word.
It's a word they gave you.
For real.
It's not who you are.
Definitely not. Definitely
That's
not.
so funny. So when did you start rapping? Why music?
I always been a rapper for real. Like, since I was a kid, like, I used to be 5, 6 years old on the block stand on the mailbox with my cousins and them. They giving me like the candy cup, the candy truck come down, ice cream truck, or the candy lady cousin. Them finna go to the candy lady. Look, Peanut, I got 50 cents for you to come busting rhymes. I'm out there, motherfucker, bitch, that shit. That everybody laughing at me, would do it, give me little dollars, quarters. You feel me? I was gonna do what I do with it, but. And like my daddy was a rapper too. Like my daddy was a freestyler for real. He ain't really take it serious, but he was freestyling a lot around the hood. He was born up in, like he raised in, that's called South Chicago, like the buildings on Burley. So I was always around him, and I used to always hear my daddy freestyle. Like, I always go crazy. I used to be in the crib. Like when my daddy was, you know what I mean, real active when I was younger. Around this time, like always, like go in his notebooks, read his notebooks. That's how I learned my cuss words for real. Like reading what my daddy was saying and hearing him say it. As I'm seeing him read it and hearing him say it, I know which word is which word, you feel me? My soul, so that's, after that it was just like, just what I want to do. And then my grandma asked me one time, She like, we was out to eat. She had took me to get some chicken wings. She asked me like, what, and I used to have like a little kind of like a little speech problem a little bit, just a little bit, like with certain words. And she asked me what I wanted to be. And at the time, I told her like, I want to be a robber. She like, a robber? She called my mama like, this boy said he want to be a robber. I'm like, no, grandma, I want to be a robber. She try to put me on speaker like, listen to him. He keeps saying he want to be a robber. I just stopped talking. Like, she was making me mad. Like, you want to keep calling everybody trying to get me in trouble. I ain't saying I want to be a robber. I said I want to be a rapper. After that, it's just like, but I ain't really started taking it serious until I was like 17 for real, rapping to people at lunch and shit. Everybody in the school telling me I got that shit. So, like, when I got out of school for real, that's when I was like, fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do for real now. All up in my life up until the end, it was just, I knew I had the gift, but I never knew what to do with it.
So you always knew you were good at it?
Yeah, I always knew I was good at it. Like, truth be told, like, I don't really, like, I love rap, I love music, like, I really have a passion for music as a whole. But as in me rapping, I really don't too much care for me rapping because I don't really care I don't really like what come with it, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that come with it. Like what? Like the negativity and, you feel me, like the backlash for certain shit, you feel me, the way we view as rappers, you feel me? But I'm gonna stick with it no matter what, cause I know I'm good at it and I know I can get my family out the situation that we in off of what I do, off rapping, you feel me? It's a gift. No, for real. What's a gift and a curse? Gift and a curse. The curse more so, but the gift is golden if you know what you're doing with it. If you didn't rap, what would you be doing? I don't know. You're good at math. Yeah, like I like selling stuff. I sell anything. I sell a plunger to the dude that's coming to fix the toilet. Bro, for real, I'm trying to sell tissue to Charmin. Like, for real, like anything. I'm talking about, I was at 5 years old, 6 years old, taking Kool-Aid packs, mixing it in with the sugar, bagging it up, taking it to school every day, just so me and my little sister can eat at one point in time. And bro, I never forget, like, I always was good at selling stuff too. So I'll probably, go into business as an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? Figure out my route with that. I'm glad you're rapping, you're talented. Nah, for real. So who inspires you? As far as rap or in my day-to-day life? Both. Who inspired me to like rap for real, mm-hmm. Like who I wanted to be like in the game? Yeah. Boosie. Really? Like I used to be crazy about Boosie. That was my man. Like, bro, that was my homie. Like, I used to walk around the crib, everybody sleep, I'm listening to him, wake everybody up, yeah, just like Boosie. Like, that was my nigga. Oh God, can nobody tell me nothing about Boosie? Nothing. So like, that's who really, like, when I was seeing all his movies and documentaries and listening to all his music, like, I'm like, bro, me and this nigga just alike. Even though I was younger, like, I'm gonna be just like this nigga. I'm already like the nigga. I'm bad as fuck. They call him badass. I'm really badass. Like, that was my man on that tip. But like in real life, like my auntie, that's who inspired me in real life. Cause every day, like, she showed me, like, no matter what, like, any problem you facing, anything you going through, like, you can always make it through that shit if you just keep going. You feel me? Keep your feet moving. Like, like coaches tell running backs, keep your feet moving when they try to tackle you. You gonna still get that next yard. Like, my auntie really showed me that in real life. Like, no matter what you do, no matter how long it take you to do it, no matter the struggles that you're doing, you know what I mean? You might get some good stuff out of it that you really didn't expect and really don't know what to do with, but no matter what, you're gonna get to that next level and keep going. How did you meet Iron? Did you meet Iron first or Jacob? I met IG first. I met IG. Oh, right, Indianapolis. Yeah. I met IG first, but it wasn't like somewhere. I didn't even meet him for real. And like Indianapolis, like Newt, long live Newt, like Newt and VJ, like Noop introduced Noop introduced me and VJ to Iron. You feel me? Like, that's how I really knew him for real. Like, he put a word in for me. I ain't even know nothing about it. He put a word in for me. Then one time he pulled up to the studio. He put up to Asmith's studio. And you feel me? He told Noop to tell me to pull up. Pull up, recording. He like, yeah, like you hard. Like, you need to focus. Like, this what you need to be doing. Like, all that other shit, whatever you doing in the streets, everything you doing in the streets, you need to. And I was on GPS at the time. Well, he figured out that, like, he figured out what I was going through. Immediately, like, if you know IG, you know, like, he gonna tell you what it is. You feel me? Like, I'm in there, I'm ready to go. Everybody ready to go. He preaching to me for 3-4 hours about what I need to be doing. I mean, I don't know you from sugar or shit. Like, you trying to, but eventually, like, as I was like looking at it and like as the timeline of how things went, everything lined up to be what it is. You feel me? And I appreciate you for that. Like, he ain't have to do that. I was just, you feel me? He had other friends, and I was just a young nigga for real. He had other people around him that he could have put in position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I met IG first, and then a little while later, I met Jacob. We had came down here. It was just we was staying at IG house. We all came, he had a crib. We in there it was like a production house really, you feel me? Like, this his home though, but we made it a production house. He ain't had no problem with it. We in there making beats. Downstairs, he got weights in the front room, everybody working out, you know what I mean? Upstairs in the bathroom, you feel me? That's where the studio is set up. I mean, like, it was everything going on in that crib for everybody to get put in position to do something, figure out what they wanted to do. You feel me? So I appreciate that for real. That's why I met Jacob though.
That's awesome. Did you just come home?
I came home and 21.
Okay. You were locked down for COVID?
21. Yeah, I was locked down for COVID.
Jesus.
Man, that shit was some bullshit, man. Like that's, like, I don't know, like, that was probably like the worst time. Like, no matter anything I've been through.
What were you locked up for?
That was the worst time in my life, for real. I was locked up for a violation. I had caught a case in 2017, and altercation happened in Buffalo Wild Wings, inside of the restaurant. Shootings happened. You know what I mean? A couple people got shot. I got locked up for it. Then they sentenced me, but like, I didn't have like I said, I don't know, that question when you asked me, like, what is that locked up being like during COVID? I'm still thinking about that. It
fucked you up.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
And that was one of the worst times for me.
I can't even imagine. I mean, it was bad not being locked up.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being locked up during COVID. Did people around you get sick?
Yeah, a couple people got sick, like, at home, but like, when I was locked up, like, I missed the first birth of my daughter, like, my firstborn, missed the birth. And like, my little brother had died. When I was actually in quarantine, like, they just moved me to quarantine for real. And then like dealing with that shit, like, I'm sick as hell, sick as a dog. Like, I had COVID, I was fucked up, body fucked up, head fucked up, I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. Then like, I seen it on the news, I came out, seen it on the news, called home, like, can't be right, this can't be what's really going on, you feel me? Like I said, I was already sick, already dealing with that shit, so for like almost like a month, I wasn't sleeping, eating, none of that shit. I was just, that shit was fucking with me for real. Like, it ain't, after that, I feel like it ain't nothing that I can go through that ain't gonna make me okay, you feel me? That I ain't gonna be okay through. Ain't nothing at all. And like, in reality, the only thing I ain't been through in this life is death. You feel me? Can't nothing break me. Only thing that can make me is God. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it is what it is in between.
Yeah. Wow. Who are your favorite rappers, not in terms of the style of music, but like how they run their careers? Like the business side.
Like the ones that's on top of their business?
Yeah. Do you have favorites?
Ain't no favorites, but I can pinpoint the ones that I see, like Lil Baby. Like for instance, like he on top of business. Like,
Yeah.
he going crazy. Like
He's doing his thing.
Drake. You know what I mean? Like these is people that I'm pretty sure you probably got this same answer from like a couple different people, but on the business end, like they for sure got it figured out, for sure. And I be taking, like me and Jacob, we talk a lot about like a lot of stuff that's going on. Like me and Jacob, we almost the same age. I'm a year younger, but like I look at him like my big brother in this industry wise because he know way more. He could teach me way more than just the average person that's around doing music for me or with me or around me, anything like that. So like we be talking a lot about the business and every day, and even IG, like every day get put up on something new. And I'm always asking questions. I'm always trying to figure something out because next thing you know, you can be in a good situation, but the business ain't right. The situation is no longer good. You feel me? Business always got to be right for anything to go. So I'm always trying to figure more about the business. Always.
I see that in you. I see you as a hustler. So I see you as being like somebody that's gonna build an empire. I see you as super smart. So I see that you're gonna be able to run your own company and be successful at it. It just kind of shows.
It's gonna come with time, but I'm
It
definitely
shows.
gonna do that.
It shows.
I'm definitely gonna do that. That's the end goal for real.
Yeah.
Start my own company where I don't, like I said, I don't have to rap no more. I can put people in position just like people around me put me in position to do what I need to do. It just make everything in my life go full circle for me and my family. You feel me? I can really go off and get to doing stuff with my auntie, business ventures with her, business ventures with my mama, business ventures with my sister. Make everybody else like full circle, all off the microphone. That's where it's gonna start.
What's it like being a dad? I know you missed her. It's a little girl?
Yeah.
I know you missed her birth. Do you have just one child?
I got 3.
Okay.
I got 2 little girls, and I got 2 biological kids, and then I got a stepdaughter, but like she ain't get treated no different. Like she one of mine.
She shouldn't, yeah.
Like I got 2 girls, they both 3, and then I got a son on the way. He'll be in June.
Congratulations.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you.
When's he due?
June 19th. That's a historical day too. That's a good day.
It is, yeah.
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, yeah.
So like, that's a blessing. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I
free baby.
can't take them signs and just play with them. I gotta make sure that they forever straight. But like being a father right now, it's kind of like I'm trying to transition in and knowing like or trying to find a comfort in, I should say, being away. You know what I mean? Because they don't live here. They don't live with me now, but they'll be down here soon. Before my other child is born, they'll definitely be down here.
Everybody will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody will be down here with me.
Good.
Just so I can make sure, you feel me, that I at least keep that peace. Cause like that's really, like I be like you can ask IG or Jacob or anybody around, like that be my main focus all the time. Like my family. Like when I be gone, they call me like, where you at? Da 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 da. Or you need to be here. You need to be in the studio. We were just asking about you. You need to do this. You need to be at this interview. You need to be. I'm still doing the same thing. Home is here. Home is here. You need to make home here. I got a family. We all got families. I understand. We understand this and that. So, you know what I mean? They definitely make the situation better than what it could be or better than what it was every day. We working on, like I said, just getting them here in the comfort.
That'll make it easier.
Other than that, that's the only thing that I really don't like about being a dad right now and like this point in my life. Other than that, everything else is good.
Miss him.
I like them smiling. I see them smiling. I like playing with them. I like feeding them. I like telling them they feet stink. They need to go get in the tub. Like I love being a daddy for real. I love being a daddy.
Do you see aspects of yourself in your daughter? Like your personality in her?
Yeah.
That's got to be so weird.
It's scary.
Is it?
It's scary because it's like if she anything like me, and she's gonna grow up to be a young lady and then a woman. Like I don't know how to be for her in this world. You feel what I'm saying? The world already crazy than what it was when I was born. I was born in 1999. Like now, kids now is way more advanced, but she's just like me, like always, like attitude. She's overly smart, like incredibly smart. Even Ayla, you know what I mean? My other daughter, she's incredibly smart. Like the stuff that they be saying surprised me sometimes.
How old are they?
Like 3, both of them 3.
And you can see they're smart already.
Crazy, like ridiculous.
Imagine when they're like 8, 9,
Every
10.
time, like my mom, my auntie be calling me, like, we need to talk about this. And we need to talk about what? Like, where they learning this from? Like, what you mean? I ain't like it just come with what they see and what they experience. That's another reason why it's important for me to get them around me, because I know, like, you know, as a parent, like, you know what I mean? I don't have no parenting problems with, like, I don't not trust the parenting of their mothers, you feel what I'm saying? But I know, like, around me, I feel more confident and comfortable with their learning process growing up to be young ladies and women, you feel what I'm saying? It's more stuff that I know I can control and pinpoint from a man's standpoint, because I'm not worried about the women's side, you know what I mean? It's a terrific woman around me that's gonna forever make sure that that's okay, but as far as how the men see them and how the men react to the stuff that they gonna be saying or the stuff that they gonna be doing, the stuff that they want to achieve in their life, it might put fear in a lot of men, and I don't never want them to go through any problems that I can't be around to help them with instantly, like never.
That's awesome. You have a tattoo on your left hand.
That's
your right hand. What is that?
That's my daughter Kalia name.
Okay.
I got this is like both of my tattoos. I got 2 tattoos, PJE LLC. That's Paper Junkie Entertainment. Like, that's what I start calling my label, like when I first started taking the mirror serious. And then my daughter, I got both of these when I was in prison. Like,
and you missed her birth.
Yeah.
That was hard for you.
Hard.
I saw it in your face when you told me.
Like hard. That was like that was the worst thing that I ever faulted myself for, because it was ultimately my fault why I was locked up. If I would have never made the decision I made back in 2017, I would have never missed the time right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 2020, it was ugly. It was ugly for real.
You're 22?
23.
23.
Mm-hmm. I'll be 24 on the 25th, March 25th.
Okay, happy birthday.
March 25th, I'll be 24.
Yeah, okay. Tell me about your mom.
My mama crazy. Yeah. My mama, that's my baby. My mama is more who I'm like than the 2 of my parents. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, my auntie raised me because my mom was in prison from the time that I was 8 till like recently, 2021. You know what I mean? Like she went to prison for murder. So it was like growing up, I always had that tag on me. Like everybody, like I said, I never used it as an excuse, ever. Like, never used my mom being in prison as an excuse to why I did the things that I did. Like I said, it was always my mind and my attitude, and I took whatever came behind it. It was never no, oh, I'm only acting like this because my mom, you feel me? Ultimately, like, reality, some of this stuff really did get to me. Like everybody, I always had that tag on me, like, you gonna be just like your mama. Teachers and aunties, uncles, cousins, my own granny at times, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna be just like your mama. Well, don't want me around, can't come around. But my auntie, like, she always, it was me and her against the world for real. Like, my auntie would go to war with the devil and all and all the demons about me. No problem, you feel me? But my mama though, like, right now we getting our relationship better. It was definitely, you know what I mean, hard being away from her for 13 years.
Did you go visit her?
Now, I went to visit her like when I was a kid, but as I got older, like she was in trouble herself. And like, my mom beat cancer twice in prison. She beat breast cancer twice in prison.
It's amazing.
So
she's a fighter.
Yeah, she a survivor, a real survivor.
So are you.
Yeah, for real. So like, a lot of stuff was going on with that. You know what I mean? She ain't really want everybody to come and see her like that sometimes. And then, you know,
that
like her being in trouble here and there sometimes, or whatever was going on. Then when I got older in my own situation before she even got out, like from the time I was 18 on, I couldn't go visit her because I was a felon at that point. So it was hard for me to get visitation rights, and we were trying to get grants and everything else, but nothing was really falling through. But now we trying to get that relationship back like it never left, you know what I mean? Like, and we definitely gonna get there. Like, I'm never gonna stop fighting for the love of my mama, and she never gonna stop fighting for the love of me. So with that, like, it's nothing we can't figure out.
The aunt that raised you, is that her sister or your dad's sister?
My mom's sister, from the same mom, different dad, but yeah, she took me when she was 18. Fresh 18.
Do you know how amazing that is?
Crazy.
How
like,
old
she
were
was
you?
still a kid.
Yeah.
I was 8.
That's amazing.
She was still a kid, like,
Yeah.
and did a terrific job.
Yeah.
And did a wonderful job raising me. Like, a lot of people tried to, when I was younger, more so not now, but I always tried to play with my auntie like she was the reason, she ain't know what she was doing. And that's why I really started to change my actions. Instead of doing dumb stuff that I didn't care about myself, like, I had to look at it like, okay, like, I'm one of them people, I do care about how other people around me being viewed because of my actions. Like I said, everything I ever did was because I wanted to do it, not because I was taught to do it, not because I was taught wrong or nobody teaching me right, you know what I mean? It was because I wanted to do it, and if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. So when it came to light in my ears and my eyes that people was looking at my auntie like, oh, she ain't doing a good job raising him, or it was like, okay, now I gotta stop, I gotta chill out, you feel me? Like, they got my auntie fucked up.
Yeah, like your actions are ricocheting and hitting her.
Yeah, and I never wanted to be like that because she always did a wonderful job. She always did what she was supposed to do for me.
She's amazing.
Amazing woman.
Imagine at 18 raising a child, an 8-year-old, not even like a baby, like.
And it was so many odds. It was so many odds against her. You know what I mean?
Well, against both of you,
For
and
real.
you both survived. You both like did it.
For real.
It's awesome.
For real. That's my baby. Her and my mom and my grandma and my
You have
sisters.
really strong women in your life.
Yeah, that's
And daughters.
That's who I gravitate to more than the men. Like, the men in my family, the men that's around, I don't really gravitate to the men. It's always the women that always showed me the strength, that always showed me the knowledge, that always showed me the better way. You know what I mean? They actually showed me that they gave a fuck no matter what I did, no matter, you know what I mean? They was always right there every step of the way. You know, the men, they was more emotional than the women. It was a lot of, no, you can't come around, or we don't want you around. And like, it was a lot of bullshit that they could have really, you know what I mean, if they really cared enough, or I feel like if they really cared enough, if they really wanted to, but y'all got the power, y'all got the strength, y'all got the same, and y'all damn near doing the same thing I'm doing, and not showing me no different way. You feel me? How can I gravitate to y'all? How can I give y'all more respect than I'm giving the women? How can I love y'all more than I love the women? And that's what it is. Like, the females around me, they my heart. I don't really love too many dudes.
I get that. You spent time with your dad though because you saw his rhyme books.
Yeah, that was like when I was a kid, for real. Like, around the time my mom went to prison, my dad's brother, my Uncle Wayne, he had got killed through gun violence. And so my dad was kind of going through his own thing around the time, you know what I mean? Like, his own depression, his own, some stuff he had to figure out in the streets. But even as a kid, like, I was never naive to the fact that no matter about nothing, bro, like, your kid's supposed to always come first, you feel me? At least that's how I live, you feel me? And he didn't take me in. Like, it was almost a time I could have went to the system, you know what I mean? Because my father wasn't man enough to, I felt at the
Step
time,
up.
like, yeah, and didn't step up, but like, so like, that made me have a lot of resentment towards him, you know what I mean? Growing up, we always fought. We always went neck and neck, head to head. Like, our relationship started getting better as I started getting older, and in the streets myself, for real, without no guidance at that point from nobody around me. It started getting a little bit better, but I love my pops. That's my homie. You feel me? Our relationship would get better. He actually incarcerated right now too. As soon as my mom came home, he got picked up and went to prison.
That's crazy. And that's reality.
It's reality.
You're really in touch with, like, you're very self-aware. You're very in touch with who you are and how you think. That's rare. It's a gift.
I have to be like.
Do you think a lot? Do you spend a lot of time thinking?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I see it in you.
Like, always. I could be, I don't know, I could be doing whatever, and I'm gonna think about something totally different. Like, my mind gonna be always somewhere else, somewhere. And it's not, like, now it's more so in a positive way. I think that's why I had a lot of anger built up in me as a kid. So I used to always think negative, and so I was like negative towards everybody was out to get me. You feel me? I can't trust nobody. I don't know who gonna do this. I don't, you know what I mean? If this person do this, I'm gonna do this. Just negative thinking, you know what I mean? But now it's more so positive and thinking towards my goals, thinking towards my life, thinking towards, you feel me, the end game for my family. Like, I wanna make sure I think for the better now, you know what I mean? I got a lot to lose. I can't just be moving loose.
Who do you surround yourself with now?
Just my team, for real. Like, nobody but my team. Like, I was recently in a situation, I'm fighting a case right now. Being around, you know what I mean, the wrong people, wrong time, you know what I mean? So, like, after that, I'm like, yeah, like, I can't keep doing it. I can't keep doing it, you know what I mean? So if you're not in line to what I'm reaching for, the goals I'm reaching for, then you don't need to be around. I don't care how much I love you, you feel me? Like, and that's another thing, like, with me, it don't matter how much I love you. You have to show me nowadays that you love me and give a fuck about what I got going on in my situation. You know what I mean? Because, like, no doubt, it's not going to be a doubt. Nobody around me head that's how I'm coming for them. I don't never think for self, ever. Never thought for self. So the people that surround me now is, you know what I mean, the cameraman, my little brother, my manager, my engineers, my producers, you feel me? And the females in my family. Other than that, I don't want nobody around me. I don't need nobody around me right now. I'm focused. I got something to do.
That's not a bad thing.
At all. And I had to get myself out that mindset too, like letting people trying to get in my head, like, oh, you can't be like this, or you can nah, fuck all that. Cause when it go bad, y'all showed me time after time, y'all not gonna be, you know what I mean? At all. So, like, if it ain't nobody that's on a positive route in line with my career, and even the stuff out of my career, teaching me stuff that don't got nothing to do with rap, just a positive way of living, or just positive, life. Yeah, just life, period. The better side of it, you feel me? The green grass, not the brown, not the burnt tan grass. The green grass, not the grass that's dead, you feel me? Yeah. The living part of it. Like, if you're not aligned with that, I don't need you around me.
This was great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Damn.